Hello, let's place some dominoes. It's time for pips. Let's try the easy puzzle first, of course. Okay, what do we have here? We need 3 of something, which looks like it'll be 2s. So we need a less than 3 connecting to a 2, which looks like it'll be a 1 connecting to a 2. And then I guess we'll need double 2 here, double 5 here, and the 3 finishes the 8. And there we have it. That was the easy puzzle. We will move on to medium. Let's see. Okay, so we need 15. We only have a single 6. So we could have a 6, 5, 4, or we could have 3 5s. Those are our only possibilities for the 15, I believe. And we have 4 of something, which could be 1s, possibly. Is there anything else it could be? I think it must be 1s. And we don't have any double 1s, so they're all pointing out elsewhere. So that means we'll have a 1, 5 or a 1, 6 pointing up into the 15 region. And we might have a 1, 3 pointing across here, but we could also not. You know, we could have like this 3, 2 here, and then something else pointing up into the 1. So how do I... Oh, you know what? Let's think about the less than 6, because you know we couldn't put a 5 in there because then we don't have a 0. Right. Okay. So I think that means we need a 1, 3 and a 1, 2 pointing into the less than 6 because the 5 is the lowest number we can make without any zeros and not using any 1s, because those are all spoken for, and we can't double anything because we don't have more than one of the same other count opposite a 1. Oops. So, okay, so I think this is correct so far. And then that means we can't have 1, 3. So the 1 will be pointing in various directions. We also have this 3, which goes here because it's the only other 3 we have. So now we just need to think about this 15 again. It could be 3 5s. Maybe it doesn't matter anymore. Is that true? Could we go 5, 5, 5, or could we go, is it possible to go 6, 5, 4? No, it actually isn't possible to go 6, 5, 4 because we'd need, no, that's not possible. Or no, it is. Oh, no, it is. Oh, this can go either way. Okay, yeah, this could have been solved either way. Right. Okay. Well, that was the medium puzzle. Let's move on to the hard. Okay, what do we have here? Oh, look at all these 12s. So, oh, interesting. So we have one double or two sized 12, which means 2 6s. So we absolutely need 2 6s, and we don't have 2 6s in a single domino, which means this 6 3 points that way, because if we put the 6 3 this way, oh, well, actually, no, maybe this does work. Then we'd need to make up 9 inside of that 12, which might actually be possible. Could we do it? Yeah, we could do it with a 5 and a 4. Okay, let's see if this works, because this was my... Initially, I assumed this wasn't going to work before, but maybe it will. I just want to see if I can prove it right or wrong. Oh, sorry, we also have 5 of something. Maybe that's where I should start. We have 5 of something in this 5-sized equivalence region. What is that? Is it zeros? Could be 4s, zeros or 4s. Oh, interesting. And whichever one it is also the thing that connects to this 1 here. So if this were 1 0, that would require this to be 4s because we only have 5 zeros, whereas we do have extra 4s. So if this were 1 4, we still could, in theory, make the equivalence region out of 4s. We also have this 2 here, and we only actually have 1 2. So that's interesting. It can't go this way because that'll mess up the geometry. Can it go this way? We then need to double something in the 12. Well, not a double something, but we need a full domino is what I should say. no. I mean, that's slightly restricted. Like this couldn't be this double 3 because then we wouldn't have a 6 left because we've already used both of those or earmarked them anyway. If it were this double 4, we'd need a third 4, which is plausible. No, it actually isn't. Because then we wouldn't be able, because, this 2, 4 pointing in there would mean this whole rest of this would need to be 4s. Maybe this is limited. No, this wouldn't be enough because then we'd need a 7 in the last one. 6, 3, we'd need a 3. We'd need a 3, 4. I think this might be the only way to do. No, it's not the only way to do it. No, it's not, because we could also have 5, 6, and then we could have a 1, 4 going in here. Okay, so there are actually other ways to do this. Then this would need to be a 1, 0. I mean, I don't even know what I'm doing at this point. I'm just kind of randomly trying things, I'm not a fan of doing it that way, but I'll just play this one out until it fails or not, and we'll see what happens. So we now need 3 more 4s, which will be split across 3 dominoes. I have no idea if this is used. Oh, no, wait, this was never going to work. Sorry. This was never going to work. We could never have used the 6, 5. So, sorry, what was the actual only possibility? Maybe there aren't any. Is it 4, 3, and then a 5? No, because that would take one of our 6s. Maybe this is impossible. Sorry, now I need to rethink this. Yeah, this doesn't work because then we'd need another double 4, which we don't have. This doesn't work because we couldn't make that with an 8. This doesn't work because we can't use a 6. Does this work? We'd need a 5 here, which would point into a 4, which we don't have. That doesn't work. This is not enough. This is not enough. This would need a 6, 4. No, we can't use another 6 anyway. We got to remember that. Can't use this 6. This would need a 7, which is not enough. Yeah, this doesn't work. This actually doesn't work. Okay, sorry. I should have figured that out minutes ago, but I didn't. So what that means is the 2, 4 goes here. That's something. Fine. Okay. We still have the same problem with the 12. It's just slightly less constrained this time, but not enormously more constrained. I think the main difference is that it doesn't require the 5-sized equivalence region to be made of 4s. I think that's really the main difference, because otherwise it's the same. Otherwise we're still, putting one domino here and then another one pointing into the equivalence region. So actually that was useful not just to determine the direction of this domino, but also to think about the relationship between this 12 region and this equivalence region more broadly. So I think what that means is this 5-sized region might need to be made of 0s. Is that true? I think it might be. Just running through these possibilities again. Yeah, I don't think any of these are going to work for exactly the same reasons if this 5-size region is a 4. It is made up of 4s, I should say. Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, that's interesting. It's actually the same effect. Okay, so what that does mean is it needs to be 0s, I believe, which means this one is a 1, 4. Because we won't have enough 0s to make that 1, 0. So now we still need to finish this 12 region with something that connects to a 0. So it could be double 4 and then 4, 0. Could be that. Is there anything else it could be? Can't be 6, 5. 4, 3 would need to be 5, 0, which we don't have. 3, 3 would need to be 6, 0, which we can't use. Yeah, I think it has to be this. I think it has to be double 4 and then another 4, 0. Is there any reason it matters whether it's this way or this way? Either way, we need a double 0 somewhere. We either need it here or we need it here. I don't think it really makes a difference, but I could be wrong about that. I think this maintains, well, maybe it does. Well, I'm not sure if it matters. Anyway, I don't think it does. I think either way, we're still sort of bridging the same things in theory. but I might be wrong about that. Anyway, we'll worry about that if it causes a problem. So now we have a 0, 3 and a 0, 1. So one of them goes up in the top and doesn't make any difference to anything else, but one of them points either into the 3 size 12 region or the 4 sized 12 region. So let's see. If we pointed the 6, 3 this way, do we have enough to make 9? We don't. That doesn't work. Does it? No, because of the because of the position of this 2, 4, that means that this 12 region must be made of something self-contained. The rest of it must be made of a self-contained domino, which wasn't an original constraint. So I think that means this needs to go here, and this needs to go here. And now we need 7 here, which does work. Good. Okay, which means we put the 1 pointing into here. No, this doesn't work. I've made a mistake. I hope this doesn't unravel the entire. Oh no, this works. Sorry. Why did I put a 1 there? What was I doing? That was weird. This is 0, 3. Sorry, what was I thinking? Why did I do that? Not sure what I was doing wrong, but this is fine because we just have 4 3s, which make 12. That's fine. And then this goes here. Oh, no, I did make a mistake. Oh, no, this goes here. Sorry. What do I keep mixing up? What do I keep doing with 1s? I don't know what I'm doing. That was very odd. I was on the right track. I just kept making the same strange mistake, wanting to put 1s where they don't belong. Anyway, there we go. That was it. All right. I probably could have done that one a little bit more quickly, but I think I found the correct thing to focus on ultimately, which was the relationship between this 12 region and the 5 size 0 region. Yeah, that was good. All right. Those were the pips. Back tomorrow. Bye for now.